Hello, you're watching Ellie from Elementary Paper Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. And today I'm going to be playing with another item from the Sale-a-bration catalogue, which is available for purchase from the 3rd of August through to the end of September. If you'd like to order anything from the catalogue, or indeed the annual catalogue, then you can find my Stampin' Up shop here. And this is the host code for August, and if you use that host code when you order something, you'll receive a little free gift from me. So let's show you the items that I'm talking about today. So two of the items that I'm going to be showcasing today are the beautiful designer series paper, which is called Beautifully Penned, and it goes with the hand penned petals and the the dies that actually match the set. So there is a suite of papers that was sold to go with that set, but this is a free gift. So if you actually purchased this bundle, you could get this free. Now, the benefit of this particular paper is it's printed all in black and white, which is beautiful to use anyway. But the bonus of it is, the beauty of it is, you can actually colour it in. So there are three designs, but they're double-sided. So it's 6 designs in all, and it's 12 by 12 paper. And you get 4 sheets of each. So you've got 12 sheets of double-sided card. So there's 3 of the designs. So this one you can colour, and on the back side there are 3 more designs. So I've actually almost finished colouring a whole sheet of this, which is here. And to do that colouring, I've used some of the watercolor pencils, and there are 2 sets. This one is a pack of 8. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a pack of 10, and I believe there's a pack of 13 or 14. I'm not sure. So for this one, I used Flirty Flamingo for the flowers, and 2 shades of green, Granny Apple Green and Garden Green for the foliage. So that's the sheets. So today I'm going to be using this design. So I've been cutting it up, and I've started colouring it already with the gorgeous grape. So that's this pencil. And I'm just going to finish off colouring it to show you how I find it's easier to colour onto designer series paper. Remember, this isn't watercolour card. It's not card at all. It's very stiff paper. I would say it's probably between about 125 and 140 GSM. So it's sort of halfway between paper and card. Really good weight. So I'm using the gorgeous grape pencil, and I'm actually just going over all of the petals, and it doesn't really matter how you colour. You don't have to be really careful, and it's not like when you're using ordinary pencil crayons where it looks much nicer if you do all your colouring in one direction. It really doesn't matter if you do this a bit scribbly. I remember when I was a child, my older sister was really good at colouring, and I wasn't very good at all. And I know now it was because I just didn't have the patience. I've always been one of those people that just wants to get on and finished. Whereas my sister was always the type who could spend hours just doodling away and thinking whatever she was thinking, but I got bored with that and I just wanted to get on and do things. I remember being at school, and I don't know if anybody else can remember this, in primary school, and you always had to write, we used to call them compositions. They were essays really, and then you always had to colour a picture in to go with it, didn't you? Well, I didn't want to do that. I didn't like colouring. It wasn't me. I wanted to get on with the writing. I'm actually still the same now. So this kind of colouring really suits me because you don't have to be that careful. So I've done sort of a light pencil colouring all over, and I'm just going in really quite roughly now at the base of each petal, and I'm going quite heavily with the gorgeous grape. So it all looks a bit, you know, rough at the moment, but the good thing is it's not watercolour paper, it's not cards. If I used water on this, there's a chance that it might pill, you know, drag some of the paper, and you get little bubbles on it. We don't want that. And you can do it, but you have to be really careful and use a very small amount of water. So what I'm using instead are the Stampin' Up blender pens. So this is not water. I don't know what liquid's in there, but you can use this to blend your colour out, and there is absolutely no danger of saturating the paper at all. So you get 3 in the pack and they're double-ended, so I'm going to use that end for the green and this end for the gorgeous grape. And it's simply a case of coming in from the lighter area down towards the base. So I'm going to do that on all my petals. Because when you look at nature, you usually find that the ends of the petals are a paler colour, and any darker shading is towards the centre of the flower. So now you can see why it really didn't matter that I didn't colour carefully, because when you use the blender pens, all the colouring blends in to a nice wash, you know, resembling watercolour. So it's not perfect, the colours blend in, and it doesn't even matter if you do go out of the lines, because that's what watercolouring is about. Just realised I've missed a little bit here, but there's a little bit of colour on the end of my pen, so I can just use that to go in there. Oh, I missed a bit over there too, so if I bring a bit of colour here, there you go. And that's how easy it is to colour this paper to match the project you're working on. So let's just pop those away. So what I'm going to do today is make a shallow box. And if you've not seen my box making videos before, they're all made in more or less the same way, depending obviously on the kind of box I'm making. But I'm just making a standard box with a lid. So it's going to be a shallow box. The box I'm making is to house a little pack of our accessories, and these are the subtle shimmer sequins. So to make this, I've cut a piece of cardstock, which I believe is 3 5/8 square, and I'm just using plain white to create the base of the box. And I need to make it 1/2 inch deep, so I'm going to come over to the 1/2 inch mark here, move that across to 1/2 inch and score all the way round at 1/2 inch. So I'm being careful to use the light grey scoring blade here and not the dark grey cutting blade. So that's for my base. So I'm coming in and I'm going to fold and burnish all my lines. Or my score marks, I should say. And then using my snips, I'm going to come in and cut down here and cut a couple of little notches in the side. And because this is square, I'm just going to turn this 90 degrees each time and cut away at the same corner. As long as you remember to do that 90-degree turn, this will work out correct. I only do this, incidentally, for square boxes. When I make a rectangular one, I'll show you how I do it for that and the reasoning behind it. Okay, so that's that. And I'm going to bring in my little pegs. Now I'm going to fold up all my little tabs, and hopefully this is working okay. So what I've done is I've actually used all the glue that came in this fine tip. It's a Stampin' Up product, and it used to have a clear glue in it. So what I've done is I've cleaned out the bottle and I've put some of our Tombow multi-purpose glue in there, which is sold in this container. But as you see, whenever I use this, I always get too much. I'll have a little go here, but you know, I know it's going to be too much. I really can't get, I must learn, I suppose, how to not get too much, how to not squeeze too hard. But then I don't seem to get enough. We'll see how this works out. But this fine tip one really is great because it really does produce a very fine amount of glue. So if you're trying to glue very intricate die cuts, it's absolutely brilliant. You'll never get too much glue with this one. And you know, it's surprising how little glue you actually do need. So that's the base done, and that's going to fit in there with a tiny little bit of room to move. So I've cut the decorative piece the same size as that, but obviously if I were to now score this at 1/2 inch all the way around, it would be the same size and it wouldn't fit over the top. So I need to score slightly less than 1/2 inch. So I'm going to move it over to there again. So I move it onto the 1/2 inch and I move it back, or just a fraction, and score it. So move it to the 1/2 inch and then bring it back again that way, just a fraction. Whoops. So what you're actually doing, what I'm actually doing by that little fraction, is I'm making this part of it slightly narrower so that the bit in the middle is slightly bigger. I hope that makes sense to you. It took me a long time to understand that. And then again, all I do is score, burnish my score lines, take my snips again, and I'm going to cut exactly the same. I'm going to do it on this side because I can see the score line better. So again, turn it 90 degrees, take that out. Actually, it's probably about the same whichever side I do it. I can't see the lines very well. So last one, at the score line, cut those little wedges out. So fold my bits up. Let's have a go with this one, see if I can get this to work properly. Not too much. Actually, I think the trick is don't squeeze it at all. It just comes out on its own. I think that's what it is. I don't need to squeeze it at all. So I think this one will be dry now. Oh, did that one the other way. So while that's drying, I'm also using another Sale-a-bration item. So for a purchase of £45, this is free. And I'm going to be using this little greeting here, thank you kindly. So I'm using the gorgeous grape, which matches the, the watercolor pencil I used. That's a little bit stiff. I'll show you how to soften that up a minute. And I'm just going to take a piece of our basic white cardstock and my gorgeous grape stamp pad, and let's put it, where should I do it? I think I'll do it here. And you don't have to press down heavily when you're stamping, just keep it onto the page. Now, what I do to make my stamp pads open easier is I take, don't want it to go in the ink, I take a tumble dryer sheet and just wipe up and down the side of my pad here, the bit that slides in and out, and I go up and down the side, and I also go here, and hopefully that will help it to slide much more easier. So when I open it, it's a lot easier now. I obviously forgot to do it when I bought this new one. So then I'm going to use this little die, which actually comes from the Hydrangea Haven stamp set. It's the dies that go with the stamp set. So that's a lovely little tag that goes in there. Very useful. So I'm just going to put some post-it note tape on there. It only just fits into this one. Put some post-it note tape, and then I'm just going to cut out a greeting for that one. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've stamped it, cut it out, punched a hole in it, and I've added a piece of our gorgeous grape sheer ribbon here, which is 3/8 of an inch wide, centimetre if you like, if you prefer metric. So then I'm just going to pop the gift inside the box. As you can see, that's quite snug, just a little bit of room to move. And moment of truth, I didn't do my little trick of fitting it before I stuck it, but it's worked, as you can see. Fits beautifully. When you pick it up, the lid won't fall off. You have to literally take it off. So that's my little gift, and I'm just going to pop this on. I think I'll just use one of my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I'll just cut a bit off the side here, and I'll pop a bit there, and perhaps another bit over the other side. So just at the other end too. So I'll just remove the backing. And pop that on. So that's a nice little gift for somebody. Perhaps you've got somebody new joining your Stampin' Up! Team, or you just want to gift another crafter something nice. So that's using 2 items from our Sale-a-bration catalogue, and that would be the Delicate Dahlias and the 12 by 12 DSP, which can be coloured. So I hope you've enjoyed my video today. If you would like to support me, then please click the buttons for me. So on YouTube, if you can subscribe and leave a comment and share with others. On Facebook, you'll see that you can follow me and like my page, and again, share with friends. Yeah, on my YouTube channel, I'll add a link to my Stampin' Up store in the description box below. And on Facebook, you'll see at the top of my page there is a button which actually is for my shopping. So you can press the shop now button and you'll go straight to my Stampin' Up store. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye for now.